Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio, and while we've been spending so much time looking at Fairy Rise lately, there's been some littler stories in the Pokemon trading card game and kind of beyond, which have piqued my interest, which I think you need to know about, because remember, as much as we do sometimes look at stuff like Pokemon Quest and other fun Pokemon topics, the main goal of this channel right now is to make sure that you know everything you need to about the Pokemon trading card game. And if I don't share these news stories with you, I don't think we're doing that. Today, ladies and gentlemen, in this particular video, we are focusing largely, though not exclusively, on free stuff. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get our free on. Now, the lovely Stephen Kent has informed me that we are getting a new League Cup mat, as we tend to do, and a new League promo. Now, this image, although Stephen Kent sent it to me, he has asked me to point out it did not come from him. It's been doing the rounds on social media. It may have come out of the Judge Discord group. We don't exactly know. If anyone knows definitively where it came from, please do let me know in the comments, and I can update the description accordingly. But the new mat is going to feature Jirachi. Now, this shouldn't be terribly surprising to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. It is just the pack art. And all of these mats always feature the pack art. So you shouldn't be terribly surprised to find out that this one does as well. Now, it's quite simple. You win a League Cup, you get this mat. You don't win a League Cup, you don't get this mat. These mats are... It's a little bit unfair at times, because when you win your cup, kind of determines how great the mat is. So something like this as a particularly good mat featuring a legendary Pokemon or a mythical Pokemon, people might be all like, yeah! When I won my last League Cup, I got a Ho-Oh mat. I don't know if that's a good mat or not, but, you know, go Ho-Oh. It's pretty beautiful. You always know roughly what the mats are going to be because they're just the pack art, but it's still cool. As for the new League promo, we know it's going to be rare candy. This one's nice and easy, no winning involved here. Turn up to your local Pokemon TCG League, which, let's face it, you should be doing every week, and you will find yourself getting some of these promo rare candies. Now, rare candy is one of those cards that's been around for so long. I mean, I personally have one of 4 different rare candies in each of my decks, because there's been that many printings of it. It's not the rarest card ever, but any Stage 2 deck you want to play is going to want to have rare candy in it. So, it's quite nice. I'm always a fan at these League promos. I like them to be cards that new players want. Because let's face it, right, if you've been playing a while, you probably have a bunch of rare candy, which is not, you know, terribly exciting. Now, the promo ones are nice, but you've probably got a whole bunch of rare candy. But if you're a new player, you probably don't have a playset of rare candy. But if you want to play any Stage 2 deck from Gardevoir through to Tapu Bulu, Vikavolt, you're going to need rare candy. So I love that these are being given out. It's not quite as exciting as when Beast Ring was coming out as a League promo, because that card's pretty expensive. Well, you know, as far as rare trainers go, it's a moderately expensive card. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, good League promo. And just like we said with the theme decks there the other day, I want to give props to whoever it is out there that's deciding who these League promos are, because they're giving us great League promos. Like, crazy good League promos. I think we all need to take a second to realise that actually, Pokemon are really doing nicely in giving us good theme decks, good League promos, etc. Want some more free stuff? Well, according to the lovely folks at PokeBeach.com, if you head down to your local GameStop, you're going to be able to get a free Groudon card. That's awesome. I told you a while ago about the Heatran card, and luckily when I was in Dallas in January for the regional championships, I found my way over to Grapevine Mall, I found my way over to GameStop, I got myself a Heatran GameStop promo. And actually, the lovely person I was with got a promo and donated it to the cause as well. Lovely lady. So, it is just the Groudon from the set. Though stamped with the legendary Pokemon logo, this is Pokemon's Year of Legendary Pokemon, where they're giving all these legendaries out in all these events, etc., etc., which is pretty gosh darn nice, to be honest. And as for the Groudon, I mean, we did a video about Groudon, but essentially 1 fighting, 2 colourless energy, 50 damage. If there's a stadium in play, it does 50 more, then you discard the stadium. The one thing that annoys me about this is that 100 damage isn't actually enough to KO a Zoroark, which is a little bit of a pain. So I don't know how great I really think this is. And in terms of getting rid of Stadium, I mean, look, we've got the Prism Star Stadiums, Life Forest Prism Star and Thunder Mountain Prism Star, both of which are great. I'll pop links to those videos in the description. And they can't be gotten rid of with items or supporters, think Field Blower. So I suppose this is one of those attacks that gets rid of them. But then again, there's a Remoraid for a colourless energy that can get rid of it. Though that is rotating out, I suppose. Point is, we've got better options for getting rid of stadiums. 2 fighting, 2 colourless, 130 discard and energy. It's good and it does a whole bunch of damage, but it only really KOs if you're hitting for weakness. And it's way too much energy. It's not the best card ever, but it's a Groudon stamped with legendary Pokemon. As a side note, if anyone ends up with extras of these and needs to get rid of them, hit me up on Twitter @TheWassy. Wink face. Now, annoyingly, when I went in to get my Heatran, they were just free. According to the lovely folks at Poke Beach, you got to buy $25 of product to get a Groudon promo. And it's not actually officially starting till next week, although some stores have it early, so it might be worth having a little bit of a look. But arguably more excitingly, Poke Beach are reporting that whereas Toys R Us used to do these trade and play events, obviously they don't anymore, Toys R Us has gone bankrupt, turns out Gamestop are going to be doing it. The first one is happening on August the 5th, so just after Celestial Storm is officially released. And apparently, GameStop are going to be having Kyogre and Groudon pins and Pokemon lanyards and freebies at the event. That's pretty sweet. Apparently there's also going to be Dialga and Palkia pins at a later date. But this is very, very awesome, ladies and gentlemen, because we all like the Pokemon card game. And I know for some of you, turning up to a play and trade event at GameStop is just not particularly exciting. Because, you rock up and, well, you know how to play the game, and maybe there's a promo card you're not interested in, etc. It might not be for you guys. But let's say that you've got a kid, or a niece, or a nephew, or a cousin, or a friend who wants to start playing the game, and you're like, hey, let's go down to GameStop. They're letting us play games and lending us cards and giving out freebies. When I got into the game, I went to an event in Derby, of all places, and I went around and I had to watch a film, and then I got a stamp, and I had to play a game of the card game, and then I got a stamp. And when you went around all the stations, you got an exclusive Piplup promo card. There were others, but clearly I'm getting Piplup. What am I, an idiot? So that really helped get me into the game. The picture on screen is me hugging a Pikachu at that event, right as I was getting into the game. For contrast, here's a picture of me hugging a Pikachu after I became a caster for Pokemon. Pretty nice, right? The point is, these events are wonderful for newer players, and I am all in favour of these being run because you know what? It gets more people in the game. That makes the game healthier, it keeps the game going. This is awesome, and we should all be delighted. Now, it's not free, but the official Pokemon Twitter over in Japan has chucked out this picture of Full Art Morty. Yay! I mean, we knew full arts are coming in the set, but it's still nice to actually have the full art artwork sitting out there. And I think Morty's an underrated card. Morty, if you had a psychic Pokemon KO'd the previous turn, you get to look at your opponent's hand, take 2 cards from there and shuffle them back into their deck. Now, I said it was a very good card, and since I did my video, which I will of course link in the description, a bunch of people have been saying, I think people are underrating Morty. I think it's better than people are giving it credit for. And I agree with this, because Cyrus's initiative was a really good card, and that involved flipping 2 heads. This does the same thing, but you had to have a Pokemon that was a psychic type KO'd the previous turn. I think people are really sleeping on how good Morty can be. I expected to see a fair amount of play. Again, not free, but you know, I can't just do stories about free stuff now, can I? So that was a video looking at some of the Pokemon news, some of the free stuff you can be enjoying. That's pretty awesome. Later today, I'm going to go through a new video, from some news of course, showing you some of the new products that have been revealed. So, stay tuned for that. But for now, make sure you tell me what you think about all of these stories in the comment section. Are you going to be going to Gamestop to get the Groudon promo? Are you going to go to these playing events? Are you looking forward to that Jirachi mat, or would you prefer one of the other mats? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, but remember the rule, ladies and gentlemen. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves. Until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.